Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. What's really shaking up the NFC East right now? Well, there's talk, rumors swirling around, and some pretty significant moves that could alter the landscape of the division, particularly for the New York Giants. And if you've been paying attention to the Giants this season, you know that their offensive line has been a bit of a concern. They've been battling injuries, especially on the interior. Evan Neal, one of their key players, was placed on injured reserve with that knee injury he sustained in Week 4, which left a noticeable gap in their interior line. That's not just a minor setback, it's a concern for the entire offense, especially considering how crucial the interior protection is for Daniel Jones and the running game. But here's where it gets interesting. The Giants are actively looking to bolster that interior line, and it's all pointing towards a potential trade for Wyatt Teller, the 5-time Pro Bowler from the Cleveland Browns. Yes, the same Wyatt Teller who's been a cornerstone of the Browns' offensive line since they traded for him back in 2018, coming from the Bills. Teller has been a revelation, especially in recent years, and the Giants see him as a guy who can bring stability and a real boost to their interior blocking. Why? Because the Giants are currently 2-4, and their offensive line is letting in an average of 4 sacks per game. That's way too high, especially if they want to keep Daniel Jones healthy and get Saquon Barkley running effectively. The Browns, on the other hand, are in a different boat. They're 0-6 at this point, with a lot of doubts surrounding quarterback Deshaun Watson, who's completing only around 53% of his passes with 2 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. Their offensive line is leaking sacks at a rate of 5 per game, which is a huge issue, especially considering their cap situation and their focus on extending players like Myles Garrett. Cleveland is looking to rebuild and prioritize their defense, and they're willing to part with Wyatt Teller, especially since he's in the last year of his contract and commands a hefty cap hit of about $14 million. The Browns are also trading him along with a 4th-round pick in 2025 and veteran guard Justin Pugh, who's more of a depth piece and brings some veteran stability. Now, this trade makes a lot of sense for the Giants. They're trying to solidify that interior line after the struggles they've faced so far this season. And Teller? Well, he's a game changer. He's been a 5-time Pro Bowler since 2018, and in 2025, he's allowed just 1 sack across 6 games while maintaining a PFF grade of 98, which puts him among the top guards in the league. His pass block win rate is around 92%, and he averages 4.3 yards per block when running. His career stats? Impressive, 4 Pro Bowls, an overall PFF grade of 89.4, and a +3. 1 EPA per block. He's pancaked opponents 102 times in his career, and his ability to pull and move in space is a real asset. Even with injuries in 2024, limiting him to 14 games, his performance when healthy has been elite. And the projections for him with the Giants? They're pretty promising. Adding Teller could reduce sacks, improve the run game significantly, and make Daniel Jones' job a lot easier. Think about how Teller's presence could impact the Giants' offense. His ability to act as an interior fortress would mean fewer sacks, maybe around 2 per game instead of the current 4. That's a huge difference, giving Daniel Jones more time and allowing Saquon Barkley to find more running lanes. If you look at his career, Teller has been a stabilizing force that boosts running efficiency, averaging about 1.3 more yards per carry when he's on the field. His presence could also help open up RPOs, making the offense more dynamic. And speaking of the run game, with Teller anchoring the interior, the Giants could see their rushing yards jump from around 102 to closer to 142 yards per game. A 16% increase in success on those RPO plays based on his career averages. That's a game changer, especially when the Giants are trying to control the clock and keep their defense fresh. And what about the impact on Saquon Barkley? Well, with a more reliable interior line, Barkley could see a boost of about 180 rushing yards over the course of the season, and the number of fumbles, which has been a concern, averaging around 1 per game, could be cut down significantly, perhaps to around 0.6 per game. That's crucial for keeping drives alive and avoiding costly turnovers. It's not just about the sacks, it's about stabilizing the entire offense, giving Daniel Jones better protection, and creating more opportunities for explosive plays. Now, let's talk about the broader implications. Adding Teller is not just about fixing a few issues, it's about elevating the Giants' entire offensive identity. The offensive line is the foundation of any successful team. And with Teller, the Giants could see their odds of reaching the Super Bowl improve significantly. FanDuel has already adjusted their Super Bowl odds from over +25.0 down to around +15.0, which might seem small, but for a team that's been looking to punch through to the next level, that's a meaningful shift. Teller's reputation as a postseason performer, with just 1 sack allowed in his playoff career, adds to his value as a stabilizer in high-pressure moments. Meanwhile, the Browns are recalibrating. They're focused on extending players like Garrett to bolster their defense, but are clearly prioritizing cap space and rebuilding their roster. Their current $7 million cap space is tight, and with their offensive line allowing 5 sacks per game, they're looking to retool. Trading Teller along with a pick and veteran pug makes sense for them at this stage, especially if they're aiming to prioritize future extensions and defensive upgrades. The Browns are likely to focus on their defense, relying on their front to generate pressure, and hoping their offense can find stability with other pieces. Looking ahead, the Giants have a key deadline coming up on November 4th. Will they make this move official? Will they pull the trigger to acquire Wyatt Teller and solidify that interior line? It could be a game changer, not just for this season, but for the future of the franchise. Improving the interior line means giving Daniel Jones more time to operate, creating more running lanes for Barkley, and reducing sacks, all of which contribute to winning games. And with the NFC East so competitive this year, every win counts, especially when trying to chase down the Eagles or Cowboys at the top. This move also signals the Giants' commitment to building a team that can compete at the highest level. They're not just trying to patch things up, they want to make a statement. The addition of a player like Teller, with his consistency and proven track record, shows that they're serious about contending in a tough division. And for fans, this is exciting news. It's a reminder that the front office is active, strategic, and willing to make bold moves to improve the roster. So, as we watch this story unfold, keep in mind how significant a move like this can be. The Giants could be on the verge of transforming their offensive line, making their entire offense more explosive and resilient. And if they do pull off this trade, it might just be the boost they need to turn their season around, secure a playoff spot, and maybe, just maybe, give themselves a real shot at another Super Bowl run. The NFC East is shaping up to be one of the most thrilling divisions this year, and the Giants making a bold move like this could tip the scales in their favor. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.